You guys, what is up? It is the day after Christmas. There's a mess in my shop right now. Got a shop press for Christmas, so that's fun. I played with it yesterday, smushing things. So we're working on the truck today. I got a fuel leak I'd like to get fixed. So yeah, we still got Santa and Christmas tree up there. We got to pull them down at some point. But so this engine has a lot of leaks. I wish I'd known about the leaks before I put it in the truck, because this would have been all way easier back when it was sitting on the floor in the garage. But unfortunately, the engine sat outside for like a year and it washed off all the oil residue and everything, so we didn't know where we had oil leaks and other leaks. So this head has 3 fuel ports on it. One here where your fuel goes into the head, and then there's a rail that runs all the way front to back, and there's the fuel return is on the back side of the head, and they were also kind enough to put a port on the front of the head so that I don't know, for different applications I guess you could use it. And it happens to be leaking, so in order to get to it we have to remove the fan pulley, tensioner, alternator, pull this 1/2-inch thick steel plate off, and then we can pull that plug out, put a new O-ring on it, and put it all back together. So, but you can see the greasy looking slime there. That's the fuel dripping down, and it was dripping down onto the blow-by tube and dripping off the blow-by tube. I thought it was just oil. I thought it was strange that we'd have like a warmer day and it would just, the truck would sit for like 5 or 6 days without dripping, and then we'd get a warm day and it would drip, and it was just the fuel system was building up pressure in the head and pushing past that O-ring. But it seems to be, the leak seems to be way worse when it's cold. So when you first fire it up, when it's a real cold day, it'll drip quite a bit, but as the engine warms up, it'll clear up. So we're gonna get started on this. We're gonna pull a bunch of stuff apart. Maybe while I have this out, I'll paint it, because that's another thing I kind of regret not doing, is taking the time to clean this up and paint it. So cam follower covers, that's a real common issue on these. They leak, and mine are leaking. So, and those are fun. You got to pull push rods out, and air compressor off, Huey pump off, computer off, just to get to them. So I think that's going to be a summertime project, since it's kind of chilly today. And I don't have any of that. I think I have an O-ring that'll fit that. So anyway, here we go. So I've been fighting this stupid fan pulley for a little bit now. Well, there's 6 bolts holding it on. Usually they just kind of fall right off, but not this one. It's got threaded holes in the pulley next to the bolts, and I kind of was under the assumption that those were for removal. I don't know how else to put it. You know, so you thread it in and it pushes itself off, and that does not seem to be the case, since I've run the bolts in just about all the way. And I pulled this one out, and there's still paint on the back side of the bolt, so it doesn't look like it's coming off of there or it's pushing against anything. So not really sure what those holes are for, but I came up with another plan here. This piece of angle iron, hopefully we can use that to pry against this center nipple here and use it to pull that off. I don't know if these bolts are long enough, and there's some sort of metric thread, so, and nothing I have. So we're gonna give it a go and see what we can do here. Hopefully one way or another we can pry this sucker off of there without damaging any of these bolts. So gotcha. Alright guys, so we finally made it down to the head. Got that plate out of there. You can see right there, that's the plug we've been after. So yay, finally got that off. I don't know why they'd put that there without any access to the outside, but I don't think there's anything right there on that plate. There's actually a recess in the back of the plate for that plug because it sticks out a little bit from the head, so why they couldn't just drill that all the way through, that way you could get to it. I don't know. Greater minds than mine. So now we get to pull that out. We'll put a new O-ring on it, clean some stuff up. There's like years of rust and debris stuck in there. Clean up a few things here. Alright, so my camera mount broke, which kind of sucks because now I got no way to hang it up. But anyways, plug came right out. I was afraid it was going to be in there really tight, and hardly had to put any pressure on it, and it came right out. So it was like it was loose, but the O-ring was all out of shape, and when I went to pull it off, it broke in two pretty easy, so it was pretty brittle. So anyway, so we'll go ahead and pull that rag out. Get this plug going. Make sure you get diesel fuel all over yourself so you can smell it for the next few days. And then I think that we're going to be fixing this so that we can fix this issue should it ever arise in the future without doing all this work. Because there's nothing up here on that plate, so I think that we can finish drilling out that recess that they put in there and have a nice access hole just in case we ever have to do this again. I mean, this engine was built in what, 99? This is the first time this has ever been done, so it lasted 20 years, but hopefully I last more than 20 years. Hopefully this truck lasts more than 20 years. There we go, that's fixed. Alright guys, so we finally did get the front of this engine put back together. As you can tell, it looks nice and pretty. I didn't film anything because it was like pitch black out and freezing cold. So yeah, that's how it turned out. It kind of makes the rest of the engine look old and ugly, but it is what it is. So, and also you can see this hole here. That's the hole that I finished drilling out. So now, I don't know if you can see up in there, but that's where that fuel plug is. So if it starts leaking again, I'll be able to see it coming right out there. And before it was coming out from like the side here down back there, and it was dripping off the breather tube. So now I'll be able to see it coming there, and it'll be a quick 2-minute, you know, pull the plug out, new O-ring back together. So I'm gonna throw some grease on that, into that bearing there, and call it a day. So not much to it. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button. I'm told it's free, so what do you got to lose? And if you really liked it, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. So anyway, have a good day.